We have been talking about Axelar for a bit of time now. I've been talking about how this is a very bullish project, and I've also talked about it in the past when it comes back to XRP, right? I mean, when we think about XRP and the entire ecosystem around XRP, one thing that the XRP ecosystem has been lacking forever was DeFi and DeFi use cases. Well, projects like Axelar have enabled a huge world of opportunities for the XRP ledger through interoperability and even the EVM sidechain. And now we are starting to see some additional big updates from Axelar that pertains back to, of course, XRP. And I do think that this is probably one of the biggest ones that we've seen around the entire XRP ecosystem in the entire history of XRP. What Axelar just did is extremely bullish, and I think every single XRP holder should be locked in and paying attention to this, because this is going to be an absolute game changer. So first, let's talk a little bit about Axelar. Number one, I've said that this is going to be one of those projects that slowly creeps into the top 100 and then immediately pushes into the top 50, potentially even the top 25. It's sitting at number 164 right now. The market cap for this thing is $304 million. Fully diluted value, $356 million. This thing is absolutely bottomed out. And even with the recent downtrend in the market, you know, it's giving us an opportunity to buy this thing at a 64% loss from its all-time highs. So when we are thinking about this, Axelar is one of those very unique opportunities that we have in this market that I think it's going to be one of the biggest projects in this space. I really do believe that. I'm very confident on this project, and it's because of what we've been hearing about, you know, with what Axelar is doing with XRP. So let's first start off with, of course, the big XRP event, which was XRP Seoul 2025. This was a big event, and of course, yes, Axelar was at this event. We heard from Georgios Vlachos from Axelar. He put out a post, and I spotlighted this in a previous Axelar video. Now, this was on August 29th. And we have pumped for XRP Seoul 2025. Always fun to be in Korea for KBW. Axelar is live on the XRP ledger, and we've got a huge new product dropping. I'll be announcing it on stage at the event. Now, again, I spotlighted this in the previous Axelar video, and I said, I wonder what this could be. It seems as though they're building upon what they already had with XRP, which, if we do know about Axelar and Ripple back in 2024, there was the official partnership, right? They both partnered to enhance XRP ledger's interoperability across blockchains. Obviously, this was with the EVM sidechain and a few other things as well. This was a game changer for DeFi on the XRP ledger. It was great. We talked about it. And then we also got another big update back in June of this year, which was Axelar delivers first cross-chain connectivity for the new XRP ledger EVM sidechain. Again, another game changer for RWAs and even DeFi applications, which we definitely appreciate in a big way. And of course, the ecosystem has been growing significantly around XRP. And like I said, one of the biggest things that XRP has lacked in, you know, forever is DeFi. I mean, this is the current TVL for XRP, about $96 million roughly. I mean, you gotta admit, for a project the size of XRP at a $160+ billion market cap, you would think that XRP would have a much larger DeFi ecosystem, especially considering the fact that XRP was one of the first networks in this space to have a built-in DEX. This is how late to the party XRP is around DeFi. But on top of that, right, the protocols, there's only 9 protocols tied back to the XRP ledger. So when we think about this, yes, the EVM sidechain and what Axelar is doing for XRP is a huge game changer. But that's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about what they announced at XRP Seoul 2025. Let's dive into it. Axelar will soon enable new yield sources for XRP. Imagine capturing USD denominated yield from Ethereum or Solana, which is used to buy more XRP and subsequently distribute it as XRP denominated yield to XRP holders. An XRP infinite money glitch. This opportunity will only be open to non-US holders, more to be announced very soon. This is the big update, right? This got posted on September 10th and on September 11th. This was the post from Axelar. A new yield-bearing XRP product is launching, powered by Axelar and the leading EU-regulated tokenization platform. If you are a large holder of XRP, complete the form below to express interest. Now, this was very cryptic. In fact, a lot of people thought that this was a scam because it came out of nowhere and we were just wondering, like, what's going on here? Well, we officially have the announcement from XRP Soul, the infinite money glitch. MXRP becomes a perpetual buyer of XRP. Structured demand, minting MXRP drives XRP demand via advanced strategies and auto compounding. Ecosystem strength, positive feedback loop strengthens XRP and the XRP ledger. Deeper liquidity. MXRP usage equals deeper XRP liquidity. More DeFi integration. Success attracts more protocols and capital to XRP ledger. Capital network effects. Integrations bring new capital to the XRP ledger as well. Again, if we're thinking about this logically, right, we go back to DeFi. DeFi on the XRP ledger is absolutely boring. It's so small. Why? Well, realistically, we didn't have everything that we needed in order to capture a ton of DeFi TVL. That all changed last year. Now we're building upon that. And now with what Axelar is doing here with MXRP, this is only going to unlock more integrations, more protocols, more capital. It's going to grow the DeFi ecosystem in a large way, not to even mention institutional DeFi as well. But if we're thinking about this, this is where we start to see that big moment for XRP wake up. DeFi. DeFi has always been a crucial piece of crypto. In fact, DeFi has always been pretty much the number one use case around crypto. Being able to bank your own self, being able to, tap into, these liquidity pools to earn yield. I mean, guys, when we think about DeFi, it was like the biggest target from the traditional banking sector because what type of yield that you were getting in DeFi, it was unheard of in the traditional financial system. So again, DeFi has always been that big moment for crypto. But for XRP, it's always been a lackluster area until now with Axelar and these big players tapping in. Now, talking more so about this, we have over here from Panos, which by the way is the co-founder of Anados Finance, which is a project built around the XRP ledger for DeFi. MXRP will likely be the biggest catalyst this quarter to drive significant adoption and activity on the XRP ledger. 10% APY on XRP through DeFi yield, and by just holding MXRP is massive. I expect the XRP MXRP pool to become the number one pool on the XRP ledger in a matter of days. Adding liquidity to XRP/MXRP will virtually have zero risk and zero or near zero impermanent loss, plus earnings from being a liquidity pool, plus the yield in 50% of your holdings, which will be in MXRP. This is a dream coming soon. And guys, when we think about this, okay, what's one of the biggest things that we've talked about over the last couple of years? Selling XRP. Why would you sell XRP when you can earn 10% plus APY on your XRP? This is where we see passive income become a reality with XRP. And we also have that big moment where XRP is just getting locked up and held. And really, This is where we start to see the supply of XRP floating around these exchanges also get swallowed up. There is no need to sell your XRP once you can earn a certain percentage like this. A 10%, like 10% is insane. That's beating majority of the average APYs in this space. But to earn that on XRP, that's an absolute game changer. And I agree with Panos. I do think that this is going to be the #1 pool on the XRP ledger. And I also think that this is going to bring in so much value to the XRP ledger DeFi ecosystem as well. And by the way, Axelar said, we have a lot more to unveil about DeFi yield plus XRP. So this is just the beginning. And we have over here from Crypto Airy, the infinite money glitch now officially has been revealed. With Midas RWA, MXRP, that becomes a perpetual buyer of XRP. I look forward to bringing my recorded interview public with the CEO of Midas and Axelar this week. Also announced in Seoul today, Ripple is pursuing the establishment of a hub to advance into the Asia-Pacific market. This initiative aims to establish Korea as a key base for expanding the ecosystem of Ripple's blockchain network, the XRP ledger. And if we're thinking about the announcement over here real quick, I just want to go over a few things. So this is the announcement. So at the event, the co-founder of Axelar, I think that they meant Axelar Network. I did translate this. So this means the Axelar Network unveiled XRP's first liquid staking token, MXRP. He said MXRP provides an annual return of about roughly 10%. Tokenization platform Midas will design the product structure for this project, and Korean digital asset management company Hyperism will manage the deposited assets. When a user entrusts XRP, MXRP is issued, and Hyperism manages it on their behalf, and a portion of the profits are returned to the user as interest. The profits generated through management are reflected in the value of MXRP, and the target annual return is up to about 10%. If no profit is made or a loss occurs, Hyperism and Axelar will be responsible. Users can generate additional profits by managing MXRP in other DeFi applications as well. I know that this is like a rough translation, but again, if we're thinking about this, I mean, this is going to be, I mean, this is just a huge moment for XRP. I'm the biggest thing that I want to really say about all of this is think about how crazy this year has been. From the case wrapping up to ROUSD growing significantly, to tokenization booming in a big way on the XRP ledger, to stablecoins booming in a big way on the XRP ledger, all of the announcements around partnerships, also crypto legislation becoming a reality. And now, for the first time ever, we have trusted yield generation on the XRP ledger, where you can now earn up to 10% on your XRP. I mean, this really is a dream coming true. It's crazy to see all of this happening in one single year. And again, when we're thinking about all of this, this is all made possible because of what Axelar has been focused on. A project that is still down from its all-time highs, 89%, down 64% in all time. It's trading at near all-time lows. Just looking at this thing on the 1 year, I mean, it's like right around all-time lows. Axelar is a massive gem in this space, but right now most people would just completely avoid it because of the price chart. But what Axelar is doing for XRP and the entire XRP ecosystem, we 100% have to lock in and focus on this because this is an absolute game changer, and this is going to change a lot of things around XRP and impact XRP in a large way from supply and demand, just facts alone. Because again, if you think about yield generation around XRP, that's going to lock up a significant supply. You're going to see, the supply on exchanges also get swallowed up from that. I mean, I'm very excited about the future here. This is a very big moment. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. And with that being said, guys, this has been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.